What's up guys, it's your boy Nathaniel Messiah. So in today's video, I know you saw the title, I know you're probably thinking, what is going on? Is Nathaniel dropping out? What is going on? I swear this guy just got to uni, why is he dropping out? What's going on? Don't worry, okay? I have not dropped out of university yet. Basically in today's video, I'm just going to be taking you through my thought process on whether I should stay or leave university, and what I really want is for you guys to give me your opinion. So after this video is done, after you've seen everything in this video, I want you to give me my opinion in the comment section. All your opinions are valued, all of them are much appreciated, but again, just make sure we're respectful in the comments and etc. But anyway, I shouldn't even have to say that. But yeah, if you guys are looking forward to today's video, then make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram for constant updates on what I'm doing. And while we're at it, if you're trying to transform your body, go to my website nathanielmessiah.com and use code MARCH for 30% off any training program. Anyways, let's get into the video. So we're going to be doing something on this channel which we haven't done, which is the whiteboard. Okay, we're bringing out the whiteboard for today's video. I've gone through and basically listed the pros and cons of staying and leaving uni, and we're gonna talk through them, go through all of them today. Also, if you guys have any other pros and cons that you thought of, make sure to drop them in the comments as well. Oh yeah, like the video as well. But yeah, this is not an exhaustive list. This is not every single point you could possibly make, but this is probably most of the points that I thought about when I was thinking about whether to stay or leave uni. So first of all, of course, we've got stay and we've got leave, okay? Whether I stay or leave university. And then for each of them, we've also got the pros and we've got the cons. So what are the pros of staying at university? First of all, the first pro is obviously that I become more educated, okay? Obviously, I'm studying sport and exercise science, so by the time I'm finished with my degree, I'll have a lot more knowledge on that topic than I did at the start. That'll be everything from the anatomy of the body, physiology, sports psychology, kinesiology, all of that stuff. I'm going to learn extensively about all of those topics to the point where obviously I get a bachelor's degree in that. So obviously that in itself is a pro. Knowledge itself is a benefit because you never know when you're going to need that type of information. So yeah, that's the first pro. And then next we have the fact that I'll actually get a degree. That in itself is also a pro. Having, you know, BSc next to my name, or whether I do masters or whatever, that itself is a pro as well, because it's a form of formal accreditation and it kind of backs up my name a little bit and lets people know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to small exercise science. And then the next pro is that it builds discipline, okay? So me having a YouTube channel and balancing it with uni at the same time is not easy in the slightest. Some people struggle enough with uni, but doing the uni, doing my YouTube stuff, doing my business stuff, doing my stuff for my brands, doing the gym, doing powerlifting, doing all this stuff, it's not easy, okay? It's not easy. My friends often look at me and be like, Nathaniel, you look stressed. Nathaniel, you look upset. What's going on? Most of the time, I'm just tired, bro. My brain is tired, my body's tired, everything's just tired. Sometimes I'm stressed as well, but listen, it's just part of it. What I'm doing right now is basically like having 2 full-time jobs, and obviously that's not gonna be easy, just if you were to describe it as someone that doesn't even sound easy. But through that process, it builds discipline. If I'm able to get through this, then I'll definitely grow as a person as well. And then next we've got the fact that it will be a sense of accomplishment. You know, if you start something, ideally you should finish it. So me going through and finishing my degree, that will also fill me with a sense of accomplishment. And then lastly, we have the fact that I'll be able to make more uni content. So uni content so far has done really well on my channel. It's no secret that when I joined university, my channel absolutely exploded again. So the first 4 out of 6 videos I posted all got over 100,000 views, and I hit 100k while I was at uni. So while I'm at university, I'll be able to continue making university content, and that's something that you guys are clearly interested in. Now we move over to the cons, okay? So the first con is that I'll make less money, at least for the time being. Because yes, while I'll be able to make uni content, do all this stuff, mathematically speaking, all the time that I'm spending doing my uni work, doing my lectures, doing my labs, etc., I could be spending making more YouTube videos, and hence I'll be making more money. Also, me having to be stuck at university while I'm doing this YouTube thing is also probably going to lead to less financial opportunities in the future, but I'm going to get to that as we go throughout here. So the next one is that I've put degree won't help with a question mark. And what that's basically saying is, how much will a degree actually tangibly help my actual YouTube? Like when we look at the most successful fitness YouTubers, the commonality between them is not that they've gone to university and got a really good degree and they're really experienced and really well read in their areas of fitness. The commonalities are usually that have a fairly good physique themselves, make really good content, and then maximize that through their businesses. It's not so much to do with, you know, the actual scientific knowledge you have in terms of the body. It's more about how you're able to market yourself and promote yourself to where you now now have a fan base that's willing to back you in whatever financial venture that you take. So yeah, when I think of almost all the top guys in the industry, I don't know if hardly any of them went to school for anything gym related. I don't think that's the case. I can only think of a couple. Like Lane Norton is a good example of someone who went to university. There are a few other people as well, Stephanie Buttermore, but by and large, the majority of people in the industry that are really successful have not been to school for it. Then next we have the fact that I'll have less time for content. So all the time that I'm spending on university is time that I could possibly be spending on videos. And at this present moment in time, a lot of the videos that I gravitate towards doing are vlogs, partly because since I'm so busy, the videos that I find it kind of easier to make are videos about what I'm doing. And me being at university makes it hard for me to dedicate a whole day to doing a whole separate other video, like challenges and things like that, which is stuff that I will start doing if I drop out of university. Next, as you see, less time to travel. Okay, me being at university doesn't give me as much time to travel because I've got term days. I've got a large chunk of the year in which I have to be in university. Like when I just went to Dubai in January, I only got to spend like 5 days out there because that was the only time I could have got out there, and then I had to come back and go to university. So I will be able to travel more frequently for longer periods of time, and that's all just overall just good for my Instagram, good for my YouTube, and yeah. Next we have stale content, ? And this is the fact that although I just said to you guys that when I came to university, you know, my YouTube doing so well, that kind of content is slowly starting to dry up. When I first started university, those type of videos were getting at least 100,000 views. Then in like November, December, it was more around the 70, 80,000 mark, maybe 90,000. Then in the January, February mark, it's more around the 40, 50,000 mark in terms of university videos. So the interest in it is clearly decreasing, and that works how everything else works in terms of if you do the same type of content over and over again, people get tired of it and the views just slowly decrease. I'm not gonna name any names, but there are several channels out there who like started off with university content, is going really well at the beginning, and then as they get like 2, 3, 4 years into the degree, no one wants to see those videos anymore because you've done the same, you know, day in the life of X university like 2 million times. So if someone doesn't watch that video, they don't feel like they've missed much because they've seen you do that video so many times. So I am confident that if I stay at university and continue to make those university vlogs, they're just going to slowly decrease in views, like slowly trickle down. And as a result, my channel as a whole will start to decrease in views, which I really do not want. And then the next point is that it's really hard, okay? That's kind of what I alluded to earlier. Going to university and having my YouTube and all that stuff is really, really hard. And I work really, really hard. So it would be nice to not have to work so hard all of the time. Like, don't get me wrong, my natural temperament as a person would mean that I'm gonna work hard regardless, but the amount I have to work right now to maintain both of them, I don't know how sustainable it is because I do get very burned out. The next one is debt, okay? The more I stay in university, the more debt I accumulate because this is not free. I'm paying £9,000 a year for it. And that's not even including accommodation and things like that. So yeah, if I stayed in university, my total debt would be over 27,000. But if I leave, it would only be 9,000. So that's another con. I don't know if I told you guys, but obviously I didn't take a maintenance loan or anything like that. I'm just kind of doing everything myself, obviously. Only thing I'm taking is tuition because I'm not paying the 9 grand for uni up front. Anyway, the last con that I have is that I'll pretty much be back where I started. And what I mean by that is, my plan when I finish university is literally just to go back into the fitness industry and pretty much do what I'm doing. There's not going to be any tangible use for my degree once I graduate. I never thought this was going to be the case. It was more the fact that I thought, well, I balance YouTube with sixth form, and sixth form is like structured, really intense almost all the time. So by that logic, I should be able to balance it with university. It was never a thing where I thought, yeah, university is going to seriously help my YouTube career, my fitness career. No, it wasn't that. But if I can do it and gain more knowledge on the subject, then why not? But if it's going to be a hindrance, then what I've always been saying is that you don't want to sacrifice your plan A for your plan B. Anyways, let's move on to leave. So what are the pros of me leaving university? Firstly, I'll be able to capitalize on how my YouTube's doing at the moment more. So the thing with YouTube is you never know what's going to happen. Obviously, it's not as volatile as other social medias like TikTok, for example, which can literally change in the space of a week or a day. YouTube more changes over the space of a couple of months or years. It's not a guarantee that I'm going to be getting the views that I'm getting forever. Obviously right now I'm doing pretty well on YouTube, but this is not a guarantee. So when you start doing well, my best bet for right now is probably to capitalize on what's going on right now in order to see some exponential growth and really just use the fact that, you know, I'm doing pretty well now on YouTube to my advantage and try to do even better rather than just coasting and then probably seeing a decline. The next one is that I'll be able to travel more. First of all, just aside from the fact that traveling is fun and it's probably one of the best things that you can do with your money, and it leaves you with experiences which you'll never forget. Traveling is so good for my social media. Traveling is great for my Instagram because my Instagram feed looks so much better, and every time I travel, I see myself gaining way more followers, and then it will allow me to collab with other content creators who aren't just in the UK. I'll probably go out and live with my friend Oliver for a bit. You know, I've been talking to loads of people about different collabs, and I've been talking to Tristan Lee for a while about us doing a collab. I could go to Canada with him. I could go see James and those guys in Houston. There's so many different things I could do. But while I'm at university, it's so hard to do those things because I'm basically stuck here for several months out of the year. The next one is more money. Now, this isn't just more money right now, but I can guarantee this will be more money in the future because, again, I'll be able to make more videos, make more content, focus more on business, which we're gonna get onto more later. But yeah, I don't know anyone who's been a content creator, has dropped out of university and then has started making less money. It just doesn't work like that. I'm gonna be making more money, and I do think it will be significantly more money. So yeah. The next one is that I'll be able to have more variation in my content, and basically this is just because since I'm at university, my life is quite structured and I don't have as much time to vary up my content because I'm at university, and a normal university student's life is probably not that varied. Mine happens to be slightly more varied because of the stuff that I do, but at the same time it's nowhere near as varied as it could be if I wasn't here, because I would be just all over doing loads of different things. And this would again benefit my content because since I'm basically mostly a vlog channel, the interest in my videos really just comes down to what I'm doing in the video and how interesting that vlog is. The next one is that I'll be able to have a more balanced life, and this links off of the point that I said in the cons, which is that staying at university is really, really hard. Right now I work really hard, and obviously there's certain times where I don't have much time for balance, I don't have much time to chill and things like that. If I was to drop out of university, instead of running basically 2 full-time careers, I'd only have to run 1, which is probably something I haven't been doing since I was like 16, while I was in school and YouTube was more of a hobby. As soon as YouTube turned into career, I was still in 6th form, and pretty much running 2 full-time careers is pretty much all that I've known since I was like 16, 17 years old. So yeah, it would be nice to only have to do one thing and put all my energy into that for a change. So yeah, that's another pro. The next one, as I said, less debt. I'd be 9k in debt instead of 27k in debt. And then we have networking. As I said, as I travel more, I'll be able to meet up with more people, network more. Then the next one is more time for business, which leads off of more money. So if when I drop out, it will free up a lot of my time from the time that I was previously spending on university stuff. So there's several business ventures that I want to look into, but right now I just don't really have the headspace to get into. I even have something that I'm working on right now, and it would have been out already if I wasn't taking so long, and the main reason I'm taking so long is because of university. If I didn't have university, it would be done by now. So yeah, more time for business, more business ventures, and then again, that probably links to I'll be making more money. The next one is that I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've started to become severely unmotivated when it comes to university, because I have no problem working hard, but I like working hard when it feels like it's a means to an end. Because of all the things that I've alluded to earlier in terms of how I don't think my university degree will tangibly help my specific path in the fitness industry, I find it hard to get up in the morning and do my university stuff because I don't really see that means to an end. I don't really see the end goal and how that end goal is going to help me. I see that end goal for like me editing my videos and doing those things, so I have no problem working hard on those. But yeah, as of recently, I've become a lot less motivated with my university stuff than I previously was. And then the last one, I added it like midway through the video. I can think of way more success stories in terms of people that have been, you know, doing well on social media and then dropped out of university, and literally, like, it seems like 9 times out of 10 it pretty much goes even better, because if you were already doing well, putting like 50% of your effort into content creation, putting 100% in pretty much only seems like it's gonna go even better. So I can't really see how I could do worse from me dropping out, and there's so many more success stories. A few people to note is my friend James English. He was probably the main person banging on to me and pretty much being adamant that I should drop out of university, because he was in a similar position. He was in the fitness industry, he was doing moderately well, and he was in university, and then he made the decision to go all in terms of fitness, and he wasn't even doing as well as I'm currently doing. Like, I was speaking to him, he's saying he was making less money at that point than I am making now, and now as a result of that, I'm not going to obviously spill his business and put what he's making on the internet, but Derek More Plates More Dates already pretty much put this in a video, so I don't think James will mind. But James is regularly making in the mid to high 5-figure salaries per month. This guy's making minimum 5 figures, and I'm not talking like 10, 20 grand, I'm talking a lot higher than that. So that's just one example, but there are several examples of people doing really well in the industry after they drop out, and I can't think of that many that go down after they drop out. I just can't think of them. And then the cons. First con, and the biggest con, is that it is more risky, okay? And it's risky on multiple levels. It's risky because A, I won't have as much of a backup plan if the social media stuff doesn't go well. But in life, a lot of the successful people in life have risks associated with what they do. The path of the least risk associated with it is also usually the path with the least reward associated to it. And I don't mind kind of shooting for it and kind of putting stuff on the line. And the flip side of that is, at this current moment in time, it's not even that much of a risk, because right now, like, my income isn't just dependent on my YouTube videos. Like, I'm locked into several contracts right now where they have to pay me that money. So it's not so much of a risk because I've got like assured money right now that's coming in every single month. So, and I'm not gonna get into again like how much money I'm making and stuff like that, but just being realistic, like what I'm making right now is probably more than 99% of people on my course will probably ever make if they continue down the university route, if I'm just being deadly serious. Like, I don't think it's actually that much of a risk if I'm being deadly serious. The next con I can think of is that I'll be less educated. Obviously, I won't have a degree at that point in time. But then again, the flip side is that I can always come back. If I was to drop out, I would finish first year, so I'd have my credits and then I could come back when I wanted to. And then the last one I can think of is that I won't be around my friends as much. Like right now, because I'm at university, because I'm in a university accommodation, if I want to just chill with my friends, I can literally just text them when we go downstairs and we'll chill, we can go places, we can do things. And university is fun. Like, I'm not gonna act like university isn't fun. University is fun. Like university parties, university motives, all that stuff is like really fun, and that's another big reason why people are at university, for the social side of it. But I still think I'll be able to keep up with that social side once I drop out. Obviously not quite as much, but then the flip side of that is people are already gonna start taking their own different routes, and you know, maybe not gonna be as with their friends as much, because people are gonna start doing different placements in second and third year. So people are gonna be in different places. You know, other people are gonna be doing years abroad, other people are gonna be doing different things, more people are probably gonna start dropping out. And overall, at this point, like, you can't make decisions in life just based on what are your friends gonna be doing, because everyone's life has its own route and it might not be the same route as your friends. And I definitely don't think mine will be the exact same as my friends, because I'm in a fairly unique position. But anyways guys, that is pretty much everything I could think of in terms of whether or not I should drop out of uni or stay. But yeah, make sure you let me know in the comments what you would do in my situation, given the pros and cons that I listed, as well as any other pros and cons that you can think of. But anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe you learned something from it as well, and it was actually a learning experience, me doing this video, putting it together as well. So make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Road to 200k, we're trying to get there. If you want to support me, all my links are in the description. My Gymshark link, my MyProtein, my training plans, all of that stuff. So if you'd like to support my channel and me as a person, that'd be great. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. See you in a bit.